Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Puja Swami Tejo Mayananda has shared, if you look at society, what most of society is doing is working for money. And then when society has money, then society has to work to protect that money. So people who are working for money, people who are working to protect money, are constantly working. For what, though? Is society becoming more secure? Meaningful Mornings is a community that engages in a workshop every day to also work, but not for money, rather for purity. Purity makes one independent. We're in the portion of Bhagavad Gita's chapter 9 that is known as the Bhakti Bhasha. This is an elaboration of bhakti or devotion, keeping in mind that this devotion is founded on knowledge, knowing infinity, knowing the individuality is infinity. This began in verse 13. Mahatmanastu mam partha. Shri Krishna describes those who are living by devotion as being virtuous-minded. Another way to reflect on this is that they are large-hearted. One who is large-hearted is able to absorb negativity without becoming negative. Like a spoon of salt in a glass of water as compared to a tub of water. Devim prakritim ashritaha. And they resort to a nature that is divine. They resort to a nature that is sattvic. The Rakshasa nature is one that engages in nishiddha karma, that is prohibited actions. The Asura nature is one who engages in kamya karma, selfish actions. The Deva nature is one who lives by nitya karma, responsibilities, sometimes special responsibilities, always regular responsibilities. They resort to this. This is where they find comfort and security. Bhajantyananya manasaha. With their minds focused, they engage in bhajanti. A similar sounding word to bhajanti is kirti. That will come in the next verse. Kirti can be defined as policy. One's mind is focused on Shri Krishna being their policy. They revolve around this. They're guided by this. There's no option to not live by Shri Krishna's life and teachings. This is their policy, their constitution. Finally, Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. They know in every being there is a presence. To jump to feeling the presence in every being is not possible. In our recent retreat on the vision of acceptance, I'd shared a framework with everyone who was studying. One's instinct is to be annoyed by others. Why? Because we're focused on their weaknesses. To grow out of that is to endure others. What is one supposed to do to endure? To focus on how they relate to you. If I'm clear that my children are my children, they're my relatives, they're my family, then I'll be less annoyed and more enduring. Even better than that is to respect beings. From being annoyed to enduring to respecting. How does one practice this? By focusing on what a being is doing. Think about what people have done for you in a positive way, and you will remember to respect them. If we remember that spiders catch mosquitoes, if we remember that plants create oxygen, if we remember that stones provide the minerals for plants to grow, we will respect humans, animals, plants, and stones. More evolved than that is to love beings. And how does one practice that? By focusing on what beings are. Their nature. What is their nature? Avyayam, the infinite. Being annoyed, enduring, respecting, loving. Super practical ways on how we can follow the path of devotion. More descriptions, elaborations on what bhakti is and how we can follow this is shared in verse 14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drida vrataha namasyantascha ma bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Mam, that is to Shri Krishna, satatam. Do you all remember what satatam means? I think in Hindi, there's a word, satana, something like that, which means one who's always bothering you. Key point is always. So satata means always. Kirtayantaha, there's that word kirti again. Kirti, I said, means policy. Kirti also means to glorify. So what is shared in summary in this first quarter is, one is living in such a way that Shri Krishna is proud of you. And I've given that rad to you many times to reflect on, to rate. Is Shri Krishna proud of you? And if you want to zoom into this more, you will know Shri Krishna is proud of you if others are jealous of how cheerful you are. Wanting to know, how come he or she is so cheerful? Yatantascha drida vritaha, and the one who strives in a committed way. Drida vritaha, they take up promises that are intense and they follow that with passion. which means no complaining, no blaming, no annotating. Some of you may think, Vivekji always talks about this challenge and that challenge. This is the vision of our challenges. Isn't that vrataha? To be drida. These challenges are an opportunity to complain less, blame less, annotate less. Now you're all thinking, I can justify any positioning of mine, especially with one-way communication, correct? Third quarter, namasyantascha mam bhaktya. Once again, the word mam is used to Sri Krishna, for Sri Krishna, bhaktya. All that they do is filled with love. So beyond annoyed, enduring, respecting, rather loving, and this is expressed as namasyantaha, prostrating. Prostrating physically with one's body or with one's hands is a reminder to oneself that one is not what? The doer. Remember how this was introduced. What does mogha mean? Vain. What is an expression of vanity? I am the doer. Namasyantaha is a way to dissolve this sense of doership. Experientially, I have found that the only way to nurture humility is to serve a master. It's effortless to be humble then. Many of the virtues that we explore, they're difficult to practice, or maybe we don't want to practice them. When one serves a master, it becomes easy and you want to do this. That's my observation. And if you have the opportunity to serve a master, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you because I know what that feels like. And many others don't. So they may feel that you are arrogant or you feel you're the doer, but you are established in serving your master. And it doesn't matter what people think in terms of positive or negative. Nitya yukta upasate. Upasate, to sit near. When nitya yukta, they are ever joined in being near Sri Krishna. What's amazing about this is possible. This is a factual statement. Sri Krishna is divinity. His nature is infinity, which means he is ever present. He is the presence. We have to remember, we have to feel that we are sitting near him, that we are not separate from him. How will you know that you're practicing this when you have less I can't thoughts and more I can thoughts? Why do you have I can thoughts? Because you're close to Sri Krishna. He'll do it. From incredible inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to offer namaskara outside and inside as much as possible. How many of you tried? Was it a discussion subject? When you prostrated outside, someone was wondering what you were doing. When we prostrate, as I shared, it's a form of remembrance of who is the doer. In Sanskrit, a synonym or an explanation for remembrance is smarana. Smarana sounds like sadhana, correct? That which grounds you. Your application for the next day, Meaningful Mornings tends to be 18 minutes. So what I want you to do is I want you to explore the Chinmaya Mission Niagara website for 18 minutes. Explore sections you've yet to explore. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.